everybody. Today is Tuesday, October the 3rd, 2023. This is FlossTube number 130. And I am not camera ready, so we're going to film this overhead, but I'll introduce myself and include a picture. In case you're new here and you want to know what I look like. So my name is Shelly. I live in the northwest corner of Alabama in an area called the Shoals, about an hour to the west of Huntsville. And this is my channel about all of my stitching that I do. So I usually do film, on camera. If you watched my last video, I talked about the passing of my boyfriend from high school, and I'm really not okay. And so I took today off. Like, I have a bunch of PTO that I need to use, and so I took today off, and I'm home. Hadn't filmed in quite a while, and wanted to get this up, even though I'm not camera ready. So yeah, I filmed last filmed on September the 2nd. So anyway, if you're a praying person, just pray for me, that I can get through this mourning period. I don't know what else to call it. I'm really struggling. So anyway, okay, so let's jump right in. I've got a little bit of haul, and this is from Barry over at Stitchfolk, and if you haven't watched the Floss Boss and Cousins, you need to go check them out. They are just hilarious, and I love watching them. And they came up with this, or Barry came up with this, this shirt. They have sweatshirts and stuff like that, and then also a water bottle. And you do get it, you can tell them to personalize it for no charge. So that is about all the haul that I've gotten. I hadn't really bought a whole lot else, unless it's, PDF patterns on Etsy, and I can't remember what I've purchased. So one day when I stitch them, I guess you'll see them. So I did have a couple of finishes, and almost FFO'd pieces. So I've been working on Janette Douglas's mini bouquets. These were free on her website until the end of last year, and then they're not on her website at all anymore. And so I'm not sure if they're going to be offered for sale or not, but I've been working on them all year this year. Our local stitching group, Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals, we're doing a stitch along with these. And actually, this is my second stitching of the October one. I realized once I got started that it was going really fast, and then I could get it finished to send to an exchange partner. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, this is my second stitching for myself. I was going to start stitching on December yesterday at work, and realized that I hadn't kitted up my threads. I am skipping the the November one. It's acorns, and that's not something I don't want to stitch acorns, just acorns on a pillow. And I also skipped the August one, which was tomatoes. But anyway, I did spend some time last night picking threads for the one in December, and that's what they are. So this is a 28 count Irish linen that comes in the color tea dyed from Michaels. And let me show you the rest of the ones I've done so far. So I started, once I FFO'd the one for my partner, I started FFOing some of the other ones. And so, and I don't know which ones are which. I'll look at them when I'm getting ready to actually FFO them so I can, pick appropriate fabrics for the month. I know this is, no, I don't. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. But, and these are all just me picking my own threads from my stash. Overdyes. I absolutely love the one for July. I love it. So I did pick fabrics to do, finish this one in. So I'm going to do like a red, white, and blue stripe going this way, and then this will be the back. I had stitched the January one up a while ago and hadn't stuffed it yet, so I did stuff it. I just haven't closed the back of it up. This is just all trim and fabric that I had in my stash, and this is sort of how I'm going to do them all. The one I did for my exchange, I did frame it completely, but on mine, I may frame some of them completely, but this is my plan right now. Either, something at the bottom and the side, or just make it a little sort of oblong pillow and do, stripes this way like I'm going to do with the July one. I also worked on the February one over the weekend, and this one's a little, it was real close to the, not having enough fabric, but I did have enough. And so these are Lori Holt fabrics that I had in my stash. I have a layer cake. And so I did, I want to do something with this lace on it. I haven't decided exactly what, but I want to do this key on it. And then I have this little covered button. Like I'm thinking about just tying a bow and putting the bow right here and putting the button on top. I absolutely suck at doing bows, and so I got frustrated and just decided to just quit the other day. I had been working on it for a while, so anyway, that's some finishes and almost FFOs. So so what did I stitch on this past month? Let me just give a quick recap for the month. So I had 9,449 stitches, and that brings me to 78,100 for the year. I started off with 72 whips. I did 2 new starts and finished 3 things, and so that brought me back to 71. So I'm not making a dent at all in my whip number, and I'm okay with that. I'm at 3 more than what I started 2023 with, so so let me go back to my notes. Okay, so what I've stitched on so far in September and a little bit in October, I've stitched on Stitching Book Club's Anne of Green Gables. And I love this pattern. I can't even tell you how much I love this pattern. So this is a piece of 36 count opalescent linen that I hand dyed myself. I'm using almost all of her call for DMC flosses. I did change. I suck at doing French knots, and so there's supposed to be like, I think 3 little French knots right here. I decided to do beads instead in the center of those flowers. I think this red right here was the called for color, and it was supposed to be what her hair was done in also, and I decided to do her hair in a completely different color. I think I may have changed this one. I don't remember, but anyway, I'm, making progress on it little by little. All the parts have been released, so the picture that you will have seen when I started talking about this is the full, pattern release. But this was the second part right here, and oh my goodness, I can't even, you guys. It's so freaking cute. So if you haven't heard about Stitching Book Club before, go check her out. It's Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts over on Etsy. She's also got the Stitching Book Club website. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. And she just really designs beautiful things. This is the most, she said, the most intricate pattern that she's done so far. And she just knocked it out of the park. So that is one Stitching Book Club that I stitched on. I've also been stitching on Jane Eyre. And let's see. Try to get this where it's all in the frame. I think that's pretty much, yep. Okay, so this is a piece of 32 count linen that I hand dyed. So I am using 2 strands of floss. I'm picking my own colors. Pretty much all over dyed. Pretty sure they're all over dyed. So I am changing up the pattern also. And the fact that like right here and right here is supposed to be little silhouettes of Jane and Mr. Rochester. And I'm taking those out and putting quotes from each one of them. And so this is the side with his quote. The last time I talked about this, I said I was going to put the quote right here about I have, you know, just as much soul and half as much heart, or whatever it says. I can't remember the exact phrase right now, but I'm not putting it right here. I'm actually replacing what was down here with that quote. And then I'll find another one from Jane to backstitch right here. Oh, and I just realized I missed a stitch right there. Oh well. And you know, well, yeah, I went over too many. Oh well, everything's got to have a little, you know, mistake in it. So I did change this border right here. Was supposed to be like 3 different colors, and I'm just doing a very variegated weeks. This is currently my focus piece. I hadn't made it my focus piece before Anne of Green Gables came out because I was hoping to get a finish on it, but that didn't happen. But I'm going to keep working on it, and it will be my focus piece until it's finished. Okay. I have been working on samplers for September, for the Sampler September and Sampler September Soiree. And so I'll show you the samplers that I worked on. So I worked on my Elizabeth Weston. And she's going to be really hard to, I don't think I'm going to be able to get her all in the frame, so I'm probably going to have to include a picture. But I got more done on the tree. And then I started on this tree, and then I started over here. And then did some more filling in on the border. So I'm getting really close to the bottom on this side. So this is a 36 count hand-dyed linen by Devin FL over on Instagram. She dyed it specifically for me for this piece. And I'm using the Call for DMC flosses, 1 strand over 2 threads, except for the over 1 parts. Like this is over 1, part of this is over 1. So this piece was like just slightly too large to get less than a yard of this fabric. So, you know, I'm saying it's probably going to go down about right here. And then I have all of this fabric left. So I'll have plenty of fabric to do something else on. So maybe just, let me see if I can just pan with it. So you get to see all of it live. it just is so pretty. I love pink and green together, and so when I saw Devin stitching this on her YouTube, I had to have it, and I had to have the fabric that she dyed for it. So that's Elizabeth Weston. I work on her at least 4 days every month, trying to. I try to get a page finished, but it doesn't usually happen. I'm not stitching till I finish the page. I'm just stitching on her for maybe 5 days. Okay, so I also stitched on. I stitched on Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. And this fabric is also dyed by Devin. She just had this on her shop when she had an Etsy shop, and I just picked it up to stitch this piece on. It's a 36 count, and so I'm using 1 strand of floss, the called for, over 2 threads. So I've got the bird done finally, which was yay, and then started working on this flower. I need to start putting more letters as I'm stitching along, but I love this piece. So this was one of my whip go pieces, and what I did is I took 12 sort of medium to large pieces and put them on my board twice, and with a goal of getting 500 stitches each time it's called. And so far this year, this one has gotten 1,200 stitches. So I've met and exceeded my goal, which is always nice. I don't know if anybody else is goal oriented, but I'm very goal oriented. Let's see. I'll stitch some on Annie Morris. I think. Let's see. Didn't I? Maybe that was last time. I'll just go ahead and show it to you because I got it out. But so this is from Hands Across the Sea, and this is a 37 count Russian tea cake, and I'm stitching with the call for Avera Soie 103s, and I'm using 2 strands. I didn't like the coverage with 1, but this is a really good piece if you want to try out stitching with silk, because it only calls for 5 colors. Okay, let's see. Okay, I realized that I forgot something. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. So I did stitch some on Midsummer Garden from Vintage Tulip Designs. I mean, this has words on it and motifs, so I consider it a sampler, so I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I do. So, but I don't have it in my sampler project drawer. That's why I didn't have it with me. My problem is that I have too many whips, and I'm running out of room in each drawer, and so I'm just having to stick them wherever. But I did do some rearranging in here and cleaned out a couple of other drawers that I think I'm going to utilize to move some stuff around. So this is stitched on a 36 count fabric from XJew, and it's also with the call for threads from XJew. It's all called for, so, and it's XJew Design. She's over on Etsy, and you probably could reach out to her and say, hey, I want the kit for Midsummer Garden from Vintage Tulip, but I mean, they're just gorgeous. So I did get some stitches put in on this. This was one of my whip go pieces also, but I haven't written down how many I've gotten so far this year. Let's see. I did stitch quite a bit on this piece. This was also my one of my whip go pieces, and I've gotten over 3,000 stitches in it on this year, and so I'm very pleased with that progress. Now this is a free pattern. from Ellen Maurer-Stroh. It's in her 2018, I believe. So I saw this being stitched by Shiloh over at XStitchMD. That's on YouTube and Instagram. And she did hers. Different than the called for. Like the called for is sort of all blues, even the flowers and everything. So I started this back when they started the first year of Black Sampler, November, I think it was. That's when I started this, and I decided to sort of follow Shiloh, sort of. So I'm using Anchor Black, and I'm using Classic Colorworks Pickled Beets, which is one of my very favorite flosses. And I've decided I was just going to do everything but the flowers in black. I decided to go ahead and use some variant colors on the swag right here. So I did go in and, you know, add some different colors, some grays, and I like the way that looks. And I also decided to do, there's several alphabets down this pattern, and so I haven't decided. I think I may do, I'm either going to do all the S's in this color, or I'm going to do SJM, but it bothers me that they're not in the right order, OCD, whatever. I could do like the first initials, you know, like, I mean, the first initial of me and my girls. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. But anyway, I did want to get some of the letters started and made a lot of progress on it over the last week. And there's mistakes in it, and, you know, if you see them, just ignore them. This is stitched on a 36 count, hand dyed by Rolanda, who's over on Etsy. And so I'm using one strand over 2 threads. Like I said, I'm using the Anchor Black, and the spool that I have is not the best quality. But I mean, it's doing the job. But I did want to say that recently Niecy Lynn, over on her FlossTube, if you're not watching her, you need to go check her out too. I love her. She's hilarious. But she's talked about someone recommending to her for, you know, substituting white. I've heard, you know, substitute the Anchor white for DMC, that it has better coverage. But someone suggested to Niecy Lynn to use white floss, which is from DMC. It's thicker. You get it in it's like a pretty big, hefty skein. And so I was thinking that I would do the same in the future on black as well. I'm going to try that out. I have one skein of floss that I bought at Nashville Needleworks, and it's just like a, you know, it's like a burgundy color. But now I definitely want to pick up a white, and, you know, like the white, the Blanc, the B52, and then the 3865. Pick up 3 of those and see how much better the coverage is, and then the black, the 310 black. So you can pick that up. I think 123 Stitch has it. I don't know where else besides DMC's website, but 123 Stitch has it. And then if you're in the Nashville area, Nashville Needleworks, they have a small selection, but I'm sure they would have the basic, you know, white and black. So, okay. Okay, so I did put some stitches in on Sampler Hope, and I'm pretty sure that this is my piece that I'm going to do in honor of Kevin. And I hate putting this away. It's just beautiful. It's by Stitches Through the Years, who has a shop on Etsy. This is a 40 count XJU fabric. I'm pulling my own over-dyed flosses, and just because my dye lots didn't match what was called for according to like the picture. Like I want it to look like the picture looks. And so I'll just change things up as necessary. Look at this star. Oh my God. You guys, I love this piece so much. So it has the poem by Emily Dickinson and the, Hope is the Thing with Feathers poem. And so, unless I decide something different for right now, this is the piece that I'm doing in honor and memory of Kevin. So, really hate putting it away, but, I have plans and they're not like, I'm not like, oh, I'm not married to them. I don't have to have to, but I do like to follow my plans unless something's just really, really, really calling to me. I like to make progress on different projects. Okay, so that's all the samplers that I worked on. I want to start doing a full coverage focus piece every month. I think I'm going to do that instead of where I was doing my magazine monthly challenge pieces. Rachel Q over at Rachel Q Stitches, she's been doing a full coverage focus, and so I wanted to follow that example because these just sit and don't ever get stitched on. And they're never going to make it into a a focus piece until it's like way almost finished because these are full coverage. So so this is Mini Hydrangea Garden Gate from Artisy. Once upon a time it was a free pattern on their website. I don't think it's free anymore. I'm doing an 18 count Easy Grit Ada with the call for DMC flosses. And I'm trying to use Stitching Mommy's method of, like picking this color and doing sort of all of it around this area, and then picking the next color and sort of doing all of it and just working my way across like that. That helps me a little bit with deciding what color to stitch next. Now there's a few colors that I didn't have skeins of, and so I had to purchase some, so some of these spots are not done, but anyway, that's how far I've gotten. So I'm not very, very far from the edge over here, I don't think. Maybe till about right here. So we'll see. So I have this full coverage going, and I have Carolyn Manning, one of her shooting star patterns. I have Butterfly Circle, which is a pattern by Doreen Jones. That's pretty much full coverage. I have some Vintage Pansies. That's pretty much full coverage. Teresa Koget's In Command Angel is pretty much full coverage. So I don't know if I'll put them on a wheel and then choose what my focus is going to be for each month, or if I'll just, stitch what I want. This was started along with Rachel Q. She was doing this back in March. I think it's March that her mom's birthday's in. And so she started that in honor of her mom. And I love hydrangeas, and I wanted to join her because she's my friend and we've both lost our moms, and we have that in common, and it's not an easy thing to go through. So I did finally put some stitches in my Christmas piece, which is Shannon Christine's Ornaments, the 12 Days of Christmas. I think this is from 2020, 2021? I don't remember, but anyway. So I'm working, okay, so I've done those two and spaced them way too far apart. And then got 3 done and started working on 4. I got it pretty much done, and then I decided, if you can see, I have beads, and then I started ripping out the beads. So Rachel Q is doing these as well, and she decided to do, instead of beads, to do a metallic. I am going to still put beads in the center of these flowers, but all of it together just felt like it was a little much. And there's 12 of these ornaments, and you know, not only is it just sort of visually too much, it's also too much to have to stitch that many beads. So yeah, I didn't want to rip it out, but I figured that, you know, I mean, I'm on number 4. I got more to go than what I had behind me, and so I am gonna just rip all of that out. So that's taken, you know, that took a lot of my stitching time away, but I'm pretty much almost completely done with this one. So I believe all I need to do is I guess there's a little loop-de-loop on this side, and then I need to put the beads there. And I did stitch, by mistake, I stitched an extra stitch, but I'll just put a bead on top of it. These are stitched on 28 count black cashel linen, which I find very difficult to stitch on, even though I've stitched on other black without much problem. But I'm using her Call for DMCs. She has a, I mean, just beautiful use of color and sense of color, and so I don't, you know, I changed one thing that I stitched by her, and that was to make my sewing machine purple, but I used the colors that she had in purple, you know, the other places, so in the chart. So other than that, I pretty much stick with her colors. I hadn't stitched on those in a while, so I was glad to be able to get some stitches in on those. That is all that I stitched on for September, and then the first 2 days of October. On Sunday, I stitched on Anne of Green Gables. That's my Sunday, my Sal's Sunday, and so I did that, and then I started on Jane Eyre for my focus piece this week. Okay, so I also worked a little bit on a patriotic table runner that I started, I don't even know how many years ago. This was from Fat Quarter Shop's So Sampler box a while back, and I had started it at Retreat. Retreat was in 2021, I believe. And so I've got this other quilt. I'll you know, put a picture of it too. I've got this other quilt that's from a Sew Sampler box, and I don't like working on it. And so it's up on my wall. I want to finish it, but every time I get ready to stitch on it, it's like this whole big old mind thing of trying to figure out where I'm at and what I need to do next. I ran out of one of the fabrics, and so I'm having to like improvise, and that's just really messing me up. So, you know, I could make myself stitch on that, but I really wanted to stitch on something I wanted to stitch on, and so I started stitching on the table runner when I felt like getting at the machine over the weekend. Okay, so I also been stitching on my daughter's quilt. I'll insert a picture of that here. Trying to get some stitches in that every Sunday. Her birthday's the 12th. I definitely won't have it finished for this birthday either. It was supposed to be for her 30th birthday, and she's about to turn 33. So I'm just not quilting as much as I did before I started cross-stitching again. So let's talk about exchanges. So North Alabama Stitchers, they have a fall, had a fall exchange, and I think they're going to have a Christmas one, and I participated, and so I'll include the video here of the box that I received. Okay, so I uploaded the picture of all of my stuff, but I just kind of wanted to go through all of it one by one and show you guys what Robbie got me. So this was Robbie's first time participating in a cross-stitch exchange, and I think she did a fantastic job. Thank you so much, Robbie. I love everything that you sent. This pretty card was in it. This cool cross-stitching sticker, and this magnet with I only stitch on days that end in Y. That is so true. These cute little mini project cards. that are from Stacy Stitches. And like it says, quit bitchin', get stitchin'. Of that. Those are cute. Let's see, some yummy peach tea. These cute little super snips. I've never seen these before. They're just, I mean, cute. They're little silicone. And I'm guessing that maybe they're approved to bring on airplanes. So those are super cool. And it came in this pretty little bag. And let's see, another bag that she sent. I love bags. I love purple. I love pink. I love flowers. So this is just absolutely perfect for me. So you did really good, Robbie. And this cute little, this little frog that says, friends, brighten your day. The little legs that splay open. So I'm hoping that this, you know, this little froggy friend will keep the cross-stitch frog away, right? Okay, and then she sent a Mill Hill kit. I've never done a Mill Hill kit before. And this is so cute. The little bird and the flowers, and it's my colors. I love it. I mean, basically what I said on Elfster was all of the things that I said my favorite colors, and that I like flowers and birds, and that a few things that I, don't do, like a stitch in hand, and so I don't use needle minders or anything like that, but, she went off my favorite colors and favorite things and just hit it out of the park. So she also had this little case, this little pink case that she put in, and all of the stuff for the Mill Hill kit just fits in it perfectly. Look how pretty those beads are. And this cute little button. I'm so excited to have a Mill Hill kit to do. Never stitched on perforated paper, so that'll be something new. And then last but not least is what she made. So it's this cute little autumn pillow. I love the autumn colors and the little buttons. It's so cute. All the different fabrics on it. And I also was amazed at how she made this. So I turned it over. There's no place, where a lot of people will, sew things wrong side together and cut it and then put something on top after they stuff it. Or they'll do right sides together, turn it out, and they'll have a little place where they sew it along the edge closed. And it was like, there's nothing. So how did she do this? So these pieces of fabric are folded and sewn together to make this little frame. And then she stuffed it with, it feels like a little pillow form. And then she just laid the stitching on top and tucked it in there. That is just so smart. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate everything that you got me, and I love it all. Thank you. I just love all of that so much, you guys. That Mill Hill kit, I just adore it. And then I was given Christy over at Floss Boss and Cousins. I got her name. I was so excited to get her name. So I got caught up on their videos so I could sort of learn a little bit about what she likes and everything. And so she, made a post when she got it on Saturday, and, she was very happy with it. So I'll include a picture or video. I think I have a video, either a video or a picture here of my exchange pieces. Her wish list had these 2 Christmas patterns on it. And so everything that she had on her list was Christmas themed. And so I picked these 2 up at Fat Quarter Shop. And I decided to make her a project bag to put it all in. I made her some thread drops with the threads that these patterns call for. And this is just some papers that I got off of Etsy. and made the little bling. The little charm is from Amazon, and then the buttons I just had in my stash. So I kind of thought about doing a completely Christmas themed box for her, since she wanted, you know, Christmas patterns. And then I was stitching on my Janette Douglas's mini bouquet for October and realized that I would get it finished before the deadline. And so I decided to go ahead and make a half and half themed box. So this is the Janette Douglas October mini bouquet. And this is stitched on the 28 count tea-dyed Irish linen that I'm stitching all of these on. Picked my own overdyed flosses. The little pot is Aqua from Week Star Works, which I love. I had the all of this fabric and everything in my stash, and so I just kind of framed it with narrower fabric and then a little bit wider on the edge. And then the back, I've been having this in my stash, and you know, I was excited to be able to use it on this. I think it goes perfect. So, and then I just stuck the charm on the back with a heart, the year, and then the little buttons. And so I was excited that I was able to get something stitched for her. So, you know, then I kind of started buying autumn things. So I got this little to-do pad at TJ Maxx. Got these Sharpie gel pens have started coming in white barrels. It's black ink, but it's a white barrel, which I think looks cool. So I got those. This is from Walmart, a glazed pumpkin donut candle. It smells so good. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up this little fall sign for her. And I didn't feel like I needed to leave Callie out, and so I have a couple of things that I did for her as well, and then one thing that I did for her, and then several things that they can share. So I did make her a set of floss drops, Christmas themed. The smaller tag is just for them to write their project name on if they want to. I also did them each a little packet of the 2023 charms in the different colors that I have. Hobby Lobby had these cute little scarecrows, and so I got 2 of those to stick in it. They're just so cute. And then TJ Maxx had this set of mugs that I thought, you know, not autumn colors, but autumn items on it. So, and then I filled each one with flavors of the cold brew tea for them to try. So that's it. That's my stuff for Christy and a little bit for Callie. And then I'm doing a giveaway over on my our local stitching group's Facebook page. It's Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals. We've reached 1,000 followers, which I think is incredible. I love it. And so I'm doing a little giveaway, and I did do some, made some little floss tags with some pretty jewelry. And, you know, I'm going to give 2 separate things away, and they'll have some other stuff in it. It won't just be this, but I did get finished with these just this morning, so I'm very happy with the way they came out, and I love, you know, I love doing that kind of stuff. So that is all that I have. I will ask also for you guys to pray for my older daughter Kimberly and her family. They're just dealing with a situation right now, and they just need prayers. So if you would pray for them, I appreciate it. I thank all of you for coming and spending some time with me. I really would prefer to do like a video every couple of weeks, but I don't know if that's going to happen with, working and everything else. But anyway, I'm glad you came and hung out with me today. If you live anywhere in Northwest Alabama, Northeast Mississippi, Southern Middle Tennessee, this coming Saturday, which is the 7th. Is it the 7th? No, it's the 6th, I believe. Anyway, the first Saturday of every month, our local slow stitching group meets at Calico Rose in Florence, Alabama, on Darby Drive. We meet from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And there's a classroom with, tables and things to spread out with plugins. So if you are in the area and would like to come and hang out and stitch with us, we would love to have you. And that's pretty much what we do. We just stitch. It's not like occasionally we might do a demonstration if a question comes up, but it's, there's no like planned program. We don't do food. We don't do giveaways or door prizes or anything like that. We just get together and stitch and enable one another by our patterns that we picked up. So that's what a big part of the meeting is every month, is talking about what patterns we are, we discovered since the last time. So we would love to have you if you would like to come. And I would love for you to go and like my page on Facebook, the Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals. My other social media links are below. Follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Happy stitching. Bye.